Today we are making some simple grilling recipes that are perfect for summer entertaining. They all come together in under 15 minutes and they all only have 5 ingredients. Whether you're cooking for your family or you're inviting tons of friends over for a barbecue, these are the simple and delicious grilling recipes you've been looking for. Let's get grilling. At our house, we grill almost every weekend all summer long. Me and Adam love to do a date night at home where we fire up the grill and pour ourselves a glass of wine and prep all the ingredients together. Something about it just makes me feel like I'm fully savoring summer. When we have friends over, we almost always grill the main course. It just really cuts down on cleanup since you're not dealing with any pots and pans, and it's a great way to keep the heat out of the kitchen, which is key when it's this hot here in Texas. Grilling's pretty much the perfect way to entertain all the time. Some of you guys have shared that the idea of grilling can be a little intimidating. So before we dive into the recipes, let's go over my simple grilling tips. And shout out to Target for sponsoring today's episode. I got all of these ingredients from Target. First, always preheat your grill for at least 10 minutes with the lid closed so it can reach the right temperature. Having a preheated grate will create that sear that we want, and it'll also help prevent the food from sticking. Second, clean your grill grates before and after cooking. This is a lot easier than you might think. When the grate is hot, use a grill brush to remove any bits of food that have stuck to the grate. This will help prevent sticking and ensure that your food doesn't pick up any unwanted flavors. Oil your grates before cooking. This will help prevent sticking and it makes cleanup a breeze. And finally, choose your heat source. There are 2 types of heat that you can choose depending on what you're grilling, direct and indirect. Use direct heat to get that sear on the outside of your food while keeping that tender texture on the inside. Generally, you want to use direct heat on anything that's smaller and can cook in less than 15 minutes or so. Indirect heat is great for anything you want to cook lower and slower, like large cuts of meat or vegetables that need to stay on the grill for longer without drying out. So for this first recipe, we're going to make a ricotta and plum bruschetta that is the most delicious summer appetizer. And it even makes a great vegetarian main course for those nights when you don't feel like cooking. I've sliced up some green onions and we're going to toss them together with some sliced plums. You could also use peaches or cherries here. Drizzle it with olive oil and season with a big pinch of salt and pepper. Okay, I love grilling my bread this way. Instead of cutting it all into individual slices, which often fall through the grill grates, I've actually cut the baguette in half lengthwise, kind of like if you were making garlic bread. I've already heated my grill to medium-low heat, so it's all ready to go. Brush the bread with oil and then put it on the grill cut side down until it's toasted and golden brown. Then put it on your serving board and we're going to spread this creamy ricotta over both pieces of our baguette. And then cut each half on the diagonal into individual pieces. Top them with our sweet tart plums and then add some fresh mint. This really makes it. Sprinkle it all with a little salt and pepper. And that's it. I cannot tell you how good this bruschetta is. It feels really special and it's got that char with the creaminess of the ricotta and the sweetness of the plums. I could eat this all day, every day. Our next recipe is a delicious grilled plank salmon with a peach and tomato salsa, and it might be the easiest salmon recipe you've ever made. There are only 2 steps. We're gonna mix together 3 ingredients for our peach and tomato salsa, and then we're gonna grill our salmon, and that's it. First, here's a foolproof way to grill salmon where it's perfectly tender and doesn't stick to the grill grates. These are cedar planks. You can buy them at any hardware store and most grocery stores for just a couple dollars. I've been soaking these in water for about an hour, which prevents them from catching on fire when they're on the grill. You always want to do that with anything made of wood that's going on the grill, like wood skewers. My grill is already preheating. I want to get it to about 400 degrees. I'm just going to drizzle them with some olive oil and season with some of this chili lime seasoning. This is from the Good & Gather brand at Target, and it's such a great blend with just the perfect amount of heat. You can put it on everything. I love to add it to some mango and watermelon for a fruity and refreshing snack in the summer. Okay, now we're gonna take our salmon outside and we just put the cedar plank right onto the flame. We're cooking this with direct heat. Then we close the grill for about 12 or 13 minutes until the salmon flakes easily, but is still just a little pink in the center. Of course, you can cook it for a couple minutes longer if you like your salmon more well done. Okay, while our salmon is cooking, let's make this super simple peach and tomato salsa. It's so easy and so delicious. We're going to cut some cherry tomatoes in half, then we're gonna take some peaches or nectarines. You can use any stone fruit here, just use whatever looks good at the market, and cut them into wedges. I'm gonna add some green onions, a drizzle of olive oil, and some salt and pepper. Okay, our salmon looks done. It's so easy to remove it from the grill this way because there's no sticking. Then I can just use a spatula to transfer it right onto my serving platter and top it with all that delicious peach and tomato salsa. If you have some fresh herbs, you can go ahead and sprinkle it with some basil or some mint, and the salmon is ready to go. It doesn't get easier than this. Well, okay, actually the next recipe might be easier than this. Our last recipe is a grilled romaine salad with cherries and feta. In my opinion, people are not grilling lettuce enough. I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but hear me out. Romaine is sturdy enough to stand up to the grill. It gets charred on the outside and gets a little soft on the inside, and it totally transforms lettuce into something so delicious. Try it, I promise you'll be addicted. Our grill is preheated to medium-high, so we're gonna use some tongs to place the romaine over direct heat. We want to get that char. Let it sit for about 2 minutes, then flip it and cook for 1 or 2 minutes on the other side, just until you can see the caramelization around the edges. Remove your lettuce from the grill and arrange it on a serving platter. Then we're gonna drizzle it all over with this dressing, which is my favorite store-bought dressing right now. It's a Meyer lemon poppy seed dressing from Good & Gather at Target, and I love how it adds a little sweetness that perfectly balances the bitterness of the lettuce. Then we're gonna take it to the next level by topping it all with some cherries that I pitted and cut in half, some crumbled feta, and some toasted walnuts. Oh my gosh, this is so good. The lettuce is caramelized on the outside and the dressing gives it that warm creaminess between all the leaves. For all the recipes from today's video, check out the links in the description box below. And if you guys try any of these recipes, drop a comment and let me know how it goes. I would love to hear about your experience. And any grilling questions you might have, I'll hop in and answer them. So thanks so much for grilling with me today. I had a total blast and I will see you next time. I don't know what happened here. Okay guys, next time soak your plank for at least an hour. Do as I say, not as I do. Mine only soaked for about 20 minutes. And that's what happened.